This is NHTV2, North Haven Government Television, a service of North Haven Community Television. The following program is brought to you through the support of the Town of North Haven.
Hi, and welcome to the May 24th, 2022 meeting of the Board of Police Commissioners for Town of North Haven. Previously to this, we did some swearing in of officers, some promotions, and I'd like to make that public now. Captain Joseph Wozniak, Lieutenant Christopher Spose, Sergeant Michael D. Coco, all were promoted shortly before this inside meeting outside. So we congratulate them all very much. I'm looking for an approval of the minutes of the April 26, 2022 meeting, regular and executive session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Correspondences.
Mr. Chairman, we have two, and one is actually from you and your family. This is addressed to Chief Glenn, and it's Larry sincerely thanking and grateful for from the entire Lazaroff family for the police escort for the funeral of Larry's father, Arnold. Provided an ease for the travel to the next town over his burial. In particular, Larry and his family would like to thank Sergeant Di Pasquale, Officer Ferrucci, Officer Costanzo, Officer Sananis, and Officer Millman. And I have to say, I was in that funeral procession, and it was a very long procession. And yeah, I have to say the police department did an excellent job.
Phenomenal.
As they always do, but in particular, this was a very large one because your father, of course, was an iconic figure here and a pillar of society. So, and again, my sincere apologies or condolences. Thank you, Larry, for that. And this is the second piece of correspondence is from a Mrs. Sawicki, and she's from Wallingford, I believe, and apparently her mother, her 90-year-old mother, was attacked and robbed in the parking lot of the Target shopping area. 90-year-old woman, terrible. But she wants to thank the police department for their prompt response. In particular, she wants to thank Detectives Liarco Capazzo and John Wilcox. Apparently, Detective Capazzo is the lead on this investigation, and he's doing his very best to solve it. She said that he was very conscientious, he was very professional, and very passionate about his job, his work, and he's doing the best he can to come to a conclusion and make an arrest on this. So congratulations, or good job for Detective Capazzo and Detective Wilcox and the whole police department in general for being really attentive and responding quickly. Thank you.
Thank you. For Chairman's report, I really haven't got much. As I said earlier, we had the promotions outside, which is a big event. Mechanic management moved. Usual repeating of please lock the doors, car doors, home doors, and shed doors. We can help stop these crimes of opportunity by helping ourselves and just being as a reminder to your neighbors to also do the same. And once again, reminder to wear reflective clothing when you're running, jogging, exercising in the street. And be careful of children at play, warmer weather, biking. School time is going to be ending soon, so just please be even more alert than usual when driving on the roads. With that, I'll turn it over to the Chief's report.
Thank you. I'd like to echo the congratulations to the newly promoted officers, Captain Joe Wozniak, Lieutenant Chris Spose, and Sergeant Michael DeCoco. They have not only done an excellent job as police officers, but all three have gone above and beyond. At the ceremony, I heard their bios, their very brief bios. They've all taken on extra responsibilities, and the Deputy Chief and I will certainly provide the tools and resources they need to continue to be successful, but I have nothing but faith that they will. We wish them the best. We'd like to thank the Honor Guard that was at the ceremony tonight, Sergeant Di Pasquale, Detectives Wilcox and Capazzo, and Officer Esterby. I think that was a nice touch, and thanks to the Commission for putting on that ceremony as it was a promotional ceremony, so thank you. Under the budget report after period 10, so with just 2 periods left, we're 81.1% expended, and we're well below our self-imposed spending cap, so we're in good shape as we cruise into the last month of the fiscal year. We feel good about our budget. May 17th, last month, or a few weeks ago, the registered voters of North Haven voted in favor of the proposed 22-23 fiscal budget. And this budget, as you all know, but for the viewing public, has allowed us to increase our staffing at the patrol level by 3 positions, as well as a budgeted supernumerary SRO position at the high school. So we're adding staff, we're making promotions, although we're trying to keep up with retirements. I feel like we're in a good place in terms of staffing and budgetary concerns. In the traffic report, we have no new requests this month from the public for signage or for any evaluations. As you know, there's been a blinking traffic light on Universal Drive in front of Barnes & Noble. We talked about that recently with the concerns of not only finding the right vendor, but equipment and the backlog. But we feel we're in a good position now. We have the vendor chosen, that work should be done very soon. So we're happy about that. It's caused some concern on Universal Drive, which is a very busy road throughout town. So we're happy to get that work done. So that's important. We're still anticipating taking delivery of our new 4 cruisers soon, hopefully. This is probably the 3rd or 4th month I've reported that. There's been a nationwide problem with parts for new vehicles, as we all know. And last report was we're waiting for chips. So we have a VIN number, we have serial numbers, so that's a good sign. That's more than a lot of other agencies have in terms of confirming that our vehicles have been built. We're just waiting for that part. We hope to get those soon. We took delivery of our Chevy Tahoe for our fleet, and that vehicle is currently being outfitted. It's been out getting decals put on, the windows taken care of, and it's at the vendor who's going to put in all the equipment inside the vehicle. And it's an immense amount of equipment, computers, cameras, prisoner vehicle compartments, trunk vaults, weapon mounts, you name it. There's a lot to it, so we're excited to get that vehicle. It's the first time we purchased a Chevy Tahoe, at least in my career, so we're happy to see that join our fleet, and we are putting out a bid for 3 additional Chevy Tahoes for next year for the same outfit package. I'd like to keep things as consistent as possible. Even when we change, the change should be consistent as far as our concerns. The traffic division continues to rotate the speed signs. We're up to 60 speed signs, very popular throughout town. I'm sure you've all noticed them. We have a running tally of requests for roadways that want those, either the speed enforcement or the speed signs. We try to spread them out throughout town, so that's an ongoing endeavor that keeps us pretty busy. In terms of new personnel, the Commission swore in Officer Diaz and Officer Soda, and they began the Police Academy April 21st at the Milford Satellite Police Academy. They're doing very well. Time's going by pretty quickly, but we're excited to see their progress through the Police Academy, to get some of the grades and some of the progress reports and get them back here so our field training officers can get their hands on them and train them up here in-house. We're scheduled to have a swearing-in ceremony on June 1st next week, and that's for 2 new officers that were approved by the Board of Police Commissioners. The plan is, after they're swearing in on June 1st, that they will start the post-Police Academy of Meriden on June 3rd. And again, that's a roughly 6-month Police Academy, followed by 12 to 14 weeks of field training, and back here on the road. The same night next week on June 1st, I hope to have, the Deputy Chief and I hope to have at least 1, but maybe 2 potential recruits to interview for other positions that are available at this time. I'll keep all of you informed as we approach that date. And we're continuing our recruitment efforts, as Mike Frieda, First Selectman Frieda, made a comment tonight at the swearing-in ceremony. Lieutenant Falcon's doing a great job with a small team of recruitment officers. They're making their rounds, trying to make themselves as visible as possible, and just telling everyone what we have to offer as a police department. We have a lot to offer. So as much information as we can get out there to the public, I think it helps us. We're also promoting the CHIP test, which is a physical agility test that you need to become a police officer, as well as a written test that we will pull recruits from after they pass that test. So we're doing a nice job, and we're going to continue that effort. Currently, as I said, we occupy 2 seats in the Milford Academy. We have requests in for the Hartford Remote Police Academy that starts August 1st. And we have 3 requests for the September post-academy in Berry. So hopefully we'll be able to onboard some recruits and get them through the interview process, the background investigations, and into the police academy to start onboarding more people and getting them back there.
Is Post the only academy that you stay overnight?
They're actually currently a commuter class. Traditionally, they were a stay-over academy, but since COVID, they've been a commuter class.
Post is still a commuter?
They are. But they are the main police academy.
Right.
All the other ones are satellite
Right.
academies. All the other ones are always commuter classes.
I was curious about that also, when you said the Hartford Remote Academy, is it remote because it's electronic?
No, it's a satellite academy. So Post in Meriden is the main police academy,
I understand.
but
It's
other
remote from
agencies
that,
have,
yeah.
have satellite academies. Milford, New Haven, Waterbury, Bridgeport, New Britain, Hartford.
So people do show up at all of them?
They do.
Yeah.
Unless there's a spike in COVID. During the heavy COVID time, they did go Zoom meetings and remote that way. But traditionally, they show up as a commuter class.
So it doesn't change their firearms training or
Nope.
anything like that? I'm just curious.
Physical training, running, exercise,
That's what I-
firearms.
Thank you.
In regards to recent crime, in April, we had an additional 5 stolen vehicles. 3 of those vehicles from April have been recovered and processed by detectives. We had an attempted burglary to a jewelry store in Washington Avenue. One suspect from that crime has been arrested. He was a Massachusetts resident. He was arrested in Massachusetts. He was extradited to Connecticut. What's nice is, as far as reflection of our detectives' work, he and his crew is a suspect in numerous high-value target burglaries. Many other agencies are seeking arrest warrants. Some federal agencies were interested in getting involved, and North Haven was able to secure the first arrest warrant. So we're happy that he's in custody and off the street committed any more crimes. As you reflect on your reports, you will see total calls for service are still up. Written reports and accident reports are still up year-to-date as well as month-to-month. Most crimes in every category are up. You will notice compared to last year, vehicle burglaries are down, so we thank the public. We feel that a big part of that is getting out there, locking your doors, parking in well-lit areas, as the chairman reminds everyone every month. We feel that's important. They're still up compared to, say, 4 or 5 years ago, but to see a difference between last year and this year, especially considering most other categories are up, we're happy about that. A comparison from so far year-to-date numbers this year compared to 5 years ago. Total cost for service, we are at $11,891 compared to $8,863. So we're 3,000 more total cost for service, less than a half year in, so that's substantial. Stolen vehicles, we're at 23 this year compared to 9 5 years ago. Vehicle burglaries, 75 this year compared to 57 5 years ago. Overdose calls, we're at 13 so far this year compared to 9 5 years ago. And shopliftings, for example, 79 this year so far compared to 36 from 5 years ago. I try to give you a little different sample every month regarding an average of the last 5 years compared to the previous year, compared to 5 years ago. So if anybody has any interest in specific analysis of those stats to give you a better picture, please let me know. I'd be more than willing to put that report together. And I have 2 requests for the Veneri Scholarship. The first is for our Officer Sinanis for 1 class, and the second is for Captain Stavridis for 1 class.
I'll make a motion that we grant both those officers the Benary Scholarship money.
Have a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And prior to executive session, all I have is to announce again the Memorial Day Parade is scheduled for May 28th, this Saturday. We hope to see anybody watching this out there on Saturday. Our entire police department will be participating, either marching or taking care of traffic control and safety. And as always, we invite any commissioner who would like to march with us or be escorted in the parade. Just please let me know.
So Chief, I know you attended a memorial service at Post. Just, do you want to just explain what that's about to the public?
Sure. So last week, the Deputy Chief and I had the honor of escorting Lori Laffin to the Police Memorial Service at the Police Academy, where there is a Police Memorial Monument. Every year, there's a service there honoring the individuals who were killed in the line of duty in Connecticut, local, state, and federal law enforcement officers, and they noted that there, with the 3 additional officers added this year, they are up to 148 in the history of Connecticut law enforcement that they're aware of. It was a touching, emotional ceremony, and I think the deputy would agree that it was an honor to be there with the widow of Timothy Laffin, who was killed in the line of duty almost 42 years ago, next summer.
Thank you. Just hearing the numbers of the increases of calls of service, it's very apparent the importance of the continued training for the North Haven Police Department that we undergo, and the continued growth of the department that we're hopefully and continually going to be able to achieve through the administration and budgets and the support of the public. So we want to thank you for your support for the department and appreciate that very much. Is there anything else in open session? No. Okay, can I entertain a motion to go into executive session, to adjourn for executive session?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are back now in open session after having discussed personnel matters in executive session. Any further questions for the chief or the deputy? Anybody? No? Okay, can I have a motion for adjournment, please?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourned.
The preceding program is brought to you in part through a grant from the town of North Haven. Watch town meetings or other videos on demand at nhtv.com.